Hi Flosstube, is Charlotte, the stitcher with the kids around. And now that we have everything settled, Rocky's in the kitchen because it's just too much. This one can be too much, but at least he just goes around in a circle. Rocky will happily run off with stuff, he will knock me. He's a nightmare. So we did in the last video my whips, new starts. Now what I'm going to do is my haul, and in that haul I will talk about my plans for the future, like what I actually want to start and when, out of everything that's in that pile, because it is a massive pile, and if you do Flosstube you know what I mean. You can't see the pile, you can see my messy house, but you can't see a pile. I have kids, my house is messy. I at least flung all the mess to one side and went, yep. Because I know mess can make people anxious. And I don't want to do that. But yeah, so haul, plans and finishes. Because I have a really exciting one. And it is exciting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do, it's haul but it's new plans. So let's get all this. So most of these are in new bags. So we have another Susie Perez bag and I actually love it. So I have, nothing is in that yet. So I will find a project that will go in that, but it'll probably be a new one that I kit up. It might possibly be something with bees, I don't know. But I have in this bag, which I want to work on, I really do. But she's not on my focus yet. And I don't know where the chart is, if I'm honest. I know I've took pictures of the chart, but I don't know where I put the chart. So Rosamond's, I really like this. And it is on a mystery fabric, which I actually don't know what it is. So, Toby. So that is how much I've done so far. So yeah, it's not much. She hasn't called my name recently. I'm not 100% happy with stitches, but I think once I get into it, the ones I'm not happy with, I won't even notice, and if I do, I will just rip them out and restart. Because I've done that on quite a few. And looking at this, there's two that I do want to get in the future, which is Snow Maiden and Blossom. And Dean from Nazek Stitch, we brought in that one for his birthday last year. And I wasn't keen. But the more I love it, the more I look at it, the more I love it. And Snow Maiden, another one, I wasn't keen. But every time I go to one of Serena's retreats, which is the No Balm and Mirabilia one, I keep seeing it because Lauren from Cross Stitch Bunny. And if I remember, as per usual, I will link them. I might link them in both videos. I've seen his and it is really appealing to me now. It's calling my name. So I'd quite fancy doing that one. Then when we were at the retreat last weekend at the Mirabilia, I did the raffle. I won one of Susie's bags. And this is one that I dyed up when she showed me her bags. And I was very much like, I really like it, but I'm not sure I can afford it at this current moment in time. But then she put it in the raffle, and I won it in the raffle, and I was overjoyed. And she hadn't sat there and put it for me to win. It was just luck off the draw. I won it. Because Susie wouldn't know what my tickets are. It was all done randomly. So, when I went up to the D-Stash, my good friend Linda, she's not a good friend, but she's a lovely, lovely woman, was D-Stashing Dressmaker's Daughter. I've always had my eye on this one. Never took the plunge, but she gave 2 Krynic with it. So, these 2 Krynics. 16 DMC floss and 2 water lilies. And I started putting them on 2 floss drops because I had the silent migraine yesterday. I couldn't even concentrate to stitch. Like, I might not test my eyes this time and continue to do things like this, because it does hurt my eyes when I'm stitching if I've got this silent migraine lurking. Like, I think it might be gone, but you never know, and I'm not risking it. So yeah, beautiful colours. And this is a planned start, and I'm desperate to start it. And Sparkly, Kate from Sparkly's was there last weekend, and she had gingerbread at £36. So I'm going to put here on that, because I think it would be really, really good. And I know you think, ooh, that's quite close, but it has got backstitch all the way around it. It's either backstitch or it's just one cross stitch all the way around, but I think it's backstitch. So it will pop anyway, so I'm not worried about that at all. And I love gingerbread, and I hope to God she does not discontinue that one, because I'll be a little gutted. So yeah, that is a future start. Obviously after the 100 days, unless I just feel like I need a new start. But I might have that away so that I can put it somewhere so I can't see it and can't get a little bit tempted. I brought this again. This actually might have been... No, it wasn't. Ignore me. I brought them together as my birthday treat, because I love them, and even Lindsay was like, I knew you'd go for it. It was just a matter of time. And I think, no. So in here I have most of the stuff to do the middle of Venice, and I'm just doing it on this little piece. And that should fit. I think it should fit. I need to do a calculation, just in case. But yeah, that's the middle of Venice mandala by Chatelaine. Then I got a little obsessed with getting up Chatelaines, and I kept looking at the mermaid box, and I brought what I could for the mermaid box. I think I've got everything. I think I couldn't get the silken colours, so I had to borrow some off from Dean, and I went and I just matched it as best as I could. And I'm going to do this one twice, and do one for myself and one for my daughter. And for my daughters, I picked this one, which is like a, it's more a pinky lavender colour, and she picked that colour. So yeah, that might be a chatelaine retreat start, all depending if I finish Fairy Flower Garden. And I'm also collecting a model stitch from Serena, hopefully, to stitch. So, and this is one that Aileen gifted me a long, long time ago. So we then have, this was my birthday gift from Tracy. Like this bag and this bag. And I took all the things off because Alfie likes to put them in his mouth and try and swallow him. So I kind of have to take them off. But this one, I was like, no, this one's staying. I love this one way too much. I was like, so at least if there's only one I've got to watch, it's not too bad. Because in all of his reports from school and from all the specialists, they all say about he puts things in his mouth. He has no danger awareness. So yeah, all my needle now is poof, they've gone. And then things like that, normally I would just pass back to people and explain the situation, but that one I was like, no. So this one, this is the project I'm thinking about doing for Christmas in July. So it is the Frosty Forest. So I've got them all. And they're all beautiful. And I've got all the actual buttons that go with them. So I think that's the one I'm on right now. So they all come with these buttons and beautiful. And I've got all the called for threads. And he's just going to be like, yep, I'm going to sit here. And I've just done it on a normal fabric. Because I might make it into a pillow, I'm not sure. I don't know if I can trust my kids or trust these because they're all with the over-dye threads. So I don't think the colour first. It's telling me to rinse them all. Too lazy for that. I'm still in like, I'm way too lazy for that. And I think this was one where I got gifted it. I have a feeling it is. Somebody was getting rid of all their stash and they sent me stuff for the Berryfish chatelaine retreat. I think there were 2 things that could I keep them. She was like, yeah, you can keep them if you want. Says, I'm getting rid of my stash because I just don't want to stitch anymore. So I was hoping someone would take it all and you've taken it, so I'm happy. So I kept 2 full kits, Country Cottage Needleworks, and then I put them all on the raffle table so we could like collect loads and loads of like money. So that's what we did. And this is a bag made by a lady called Janet. I don't think she's got her own business. And it's got very thick vinyl. And it was given to me by my lovely friend Jane, who I love to bits, and I stayed at her house when I went to Coverdale, Yorkshire. She got an amazing shed. Jane, I'm living in that shed with me and Nadine. And she just said one night whilst we're at the Yorkshire retreat, come with me. I was like, okay, I trust you. And she said, bring a light with you because you need it, which then puts you into panic mode. What is she actually going to do with me? And she said, pick a bag. So I picked this one. And it is really, really thick and nice. So pick a bag. And then I picked this one. She says, you can have the matching one as well. So yeah. And I actually love it. And it's just, I could literally just sit there and go sleep on it. So living in this bag is some threads for Hollyberry Pixie, something else, and then the threads for, at the Yorkshire retreat we had 2 exclusive from Nicola Parkman, and they were also exclusives for the, I don't even know what it's called. I'm not even going to butcher the name either. And there was a black work one which I didn't really want to work on that one because it was just all letters, and I'm not really a just letters type person. It wouldn't even make it on all. So it's like, I'm not going to do it. And then there was this one. And it is absolutely beautiful. And we saw the model in person, and it was on this beautiful frame. And it was stitched on 56 count. I said the reason why it's stitched on 56 count is because A, it looks more delicate, and B, she can take it with her. So, me being me on Zoom one night goes, why not? I can stitch on 56 count. So on extra designs, and I brought 56 count. I am that insane, and I haven't tried it yet because I wanted to do it after the chatelaine retreat and spend a week. And if I spend a week on it, it means hopefully my eyes will adjust. If not, it might have been a waste of money. But yeah, so I'm going to try that out, see what I think. Wish me luck. I will definitely need it because I don't use magnifiers, I don't use stands, I stitch in hand. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of a challenge for me, I reckon. But if people in like 70s can stitch on 56 count, so can I. I just need to find the right company that their fabric is suitable for me to do that. So yeah, that is a after the retreat piece. Then I have this one again, and last year for my birthday, was it last year? I think it was last year. Nadine from Nasdaq Stitch and Aileen were trying to get me one of the butterflies, and they couldn't get it from the Nora Call bit, and it was one I absolutely loved, and it was this one. So I got this last weekend. I don't know what fabric to put it on, if I'm totally honest, but I absolutely love it, and I'd never been into the butterfly series, and then all of a sudden I absolutely love them. So this is most of the threads. Well, it's all the threads, but I've got extras because some go into other projects. But I just, at the moment, I can't figure it out which one goes to which. My next one, this is an alien bag. I was scrolling the internet one day, I was bored, I went onto eBay, I was like, what chatelaines have they got for sale? Told you I'm into a right chatelaine kick at the moment. And it'd be rude if I wasn't. That was my original fabric I tried to stitch them on. But it didn't quite work, it faded in too much. So as I was looking on the eBay for chatelaines, I came across the 4 castles. Now you don't see the castles very often, but as a kid, my mum and my dad, we went caravanning and we always got made to go look at castles, big houses. So these castles just reminded me of childhood. And I know it sounds stupid to people that, oh, it reminds you of this, it reminds you of that. But it does, so I think my mum would have liked them. So I had one castle. And it's got everything. And I love these. And apparently what I've been told is this is how ECC used to actually kit them. Then I have another one of them. Got everything in there. Then I had another castle. So it's got a lot of stuff. And it's got even more. And this one is intriguing because it's actually got Mill Hill treasures. And then I got another one as well. And this came with everything I needed. And then each of them came with a chart. So this was a lady's sister's stash who passed away, unfortunately. And she obviously just printed them out. And then I've brought them. And I know you're not meant to buy printed out PDFs, but they came with them. And this lady isn't a cross stitch herself, so she wouldn't have known. And to be honest, I don't feel too bad. I'm going to keep them as they are. I'm not going to purchase the charts because unless I find them struggling. Because I just find I could buy a chart of what I want to stitch in the future. So I decided to do that. And I'm not going to pass on them charts just because I don't feel right doing that, because it would definitely go against copyright, I reckon. So I planned to stitch on this, but as I was doing one of the castles, the thread literally disappeared. So instead, I'm thinking I either do it on that, or I could actually do it on that. But they are in my other ones, so I will have a look at that. These need to go upstairs. So yeah, they are a plan. And my little girl put a picture of herself in there. So yeah, they're a plan of when I want to start a smaller chatelaine, but I want them all on one piece of fabric. So we've gone from plans to purchases. Let me just take a swig off my drink. I'm getting a dry mouth. And I do apologise, I do ramble. So, fabric. I will do fabric next, because I have a lot. Oh, and I have a thread for the Ballet Mermaids, the man and the woman. That is definitely on my list as a mermaid start. So I do apologise for all the crinkles. So the Yorkshire Retreat, I got handed my Black Cauldron dye works. This is called Spooky Hollow. It is a 32 count linen and a fat quarter. And I've never used this stuff before. Like, I've never used the company before. And she's my friend Sam's, one of her best friends from the States. Because as you can tell, we are in the UK. And I'm thinking I want to restart, what to call it? Halloween at Hawk One Hollow. Because I've started going the Zoom for that one and I'm not liking my fabric. And I think that's where I'm going wrong. And that's why I don't want to sit in a stitch on it. Then I had these from, these were second hand off a D-Stash. They are the Fox and Rabbit Fabric of the Month. It is called Rose Garden. It's 36 count linen, fat quarter. And I know I complain about pink, but these are great for samplers. Like, I won't put a sampler on a 28 count. I'm into my 36 and my 40s. I've got some 46 coming. I'm attempting 56. That could be a disaster. But we'll give it a shot. And this one is called Jade. It's coming off blue there. But it is more a green. Yeah, it's coming off blue. But yeah, it's a green colour. Like if I put a blue against it, yeah. I was just reading a message, I do apologise. I've just got a horrible feeling that my husband and my kids will come back just as I'm like filming this bit. I do not want it in 3 parts. Like, I'm literally doing this as a second Flosstube. So let's do. Then when I went to Creative Nostalgia with Nantwich Stitches and my good friend Chloe, my dad picked me up and took me to Chloe's, then picked me up afterwards and took me home. So I went with a lovely bunch, and to any lovely bunch I went with, hi if you're watching. So I brought this one, which is what I have Greek mandala and mushroom and fern on. The Greek mandala, I brought that fabric from Chris at Nimble Thimble. I don't know where all my stuff from that one went. Oh, I think I showed that in the last one. And then this, that was a 32 count, 17 linen, 17 raw silver fat quarter. Then I had this one, which is the same, but 17 by 20. And then this is an 8.5 by 27. So it's a long piece. I don't think I've got everything. But whatever turns up, I can show at another time. Then I brought from Sparkly's last weekend at the Mirabilia retreat. I brought this piece, which was from her bargain bin, and she's thinking of making it into a normal range, and I love it. It is beautiful. Then we had this piece, which was, I know whose it came from, and I know she doesn't watch. She doesn't watch Flosstube. And it is a chatelaine piece, but it has red dots. I don't think you can see them, which I do need to measure and laugh, because we saw it at retreat and we were saying about the red spots. Yeah, you can't really see them. But yeah, it's got red dots all over. Not all over, but enough to make a difference. But I thought, I can't leave it, I like it. Oh. Then we have this piece, which is, I think it's fat quarter. It is absolutely beautiful. I need to measure it. It's just like blues. It's like pale, pale blue. So yeah, that'll go in my stash. Then I have these. Sorry about the crinkle. This is Solitaire, a 40 count. I don't know if I'm going to be able to see it, but I think it's Solitaires is like one-off colours. It is absolutely beautiful. It might be one that I stitch on in summer in the garden. Not that I've got much garden. So yeah, that'll be one, I think. There is a chart I could actually put it on. I just need a tank for that. Then this one is Crying Out for Under the Seas. This is Tropical Reef. Look at this. Like, that is mermaids. Like, I might actually get some more of this one. Like, Kate is very smart in what she does. So I got that because I was like, how can I not come in with that piece? Like, how can I not? And that was Tropical Reef, a 32 count opal linen. And that is again a flat 40. And then these are from Kate Sparkly's again. These are the retired ones. So if you watch Nelly now, I'm sorry. But I got Morale in 40 count. She has some leftover dye and she did it for a customer and then left over. I'm sorry about that. The leftover she did and then put in her box. So I stabbed them as quick can be. It's normally by the time I get to her lot or her 40 and her 46 counts have gone, and that is what I want to build on. So we have Morale again, but 36 count, and you can see the 36 count and the 40 dye up differently. Like, that's dark and that's lighter. There's always something to think about when you're buying. That even if you buy 40 and 36 count of the same, it will subsequently dye a different shade. So yeah, I was really happy, and I might put a Hawker and Hollow on that. Might restart it and put it on. But I want to see what the coffee craft stuff I've got coming is like. Because I love the piece, but it's just, yeah. Then last weekend, Linda's stash again. She was selling this with this. And she charged a really good price. And I'm not massively keen on that. But this is Crafty Kitten, the one who shall not be named. But that is a chatelaine size. Oh, Rose Dronette, or whatever her name is, Kaleidoscope. Would look perfect on that. Oh. Oh. And then I've got a C. I've got the Lambda Kaleidoscope one, and I'm not 100% sold on my fabric, so I need to get that out. Perhaps I might take that chatelaine retreat and get everyone's opinions, including Nicola, who I had her remaining stuff I brought it from, and see what they think, and maybe put some stitches in, and then I'll decide whether I want to order new fabric, which oh no, wasn't that a bummer? I'm not having a good day today. Quite literally. Iceland comes early. I sleep in. So my husband rang me and says, "You're shooting a video, get up." Like, oh yeah, I am. Love you, babe. Because with this Santa Margaret, I've slept and slept. Because, well, I've tried to sleep as much as I can with 2 kids. And then a third one that comes in every now and again. Then when I was getting the shopping in, I tried dog poop. because Rocky decided to be naughty and poop in there. So I then had to wash things. Oh, it was a nightmare. But yeah, I'm going to take Lavender Kaleidoscope with me and put a few stitches in, get opinion people what do they think. Because you can be so critical of, you can criticise your own project so much, but to others it looks fine. So I just need some reassurance. Well, I need the honest truth. Do you think I should change my fabric or not? So right, I won a giveaway and I won this one, which I absolutely love. It's got the leftovers, but I just think it's so pretty. Even if I didn't stitch it, if Lily takes up cross stitch, she probably will. Then, whilst I was at Creative Nostalgia, let me apparently I've not got everything I brought at Creative Nostalgia. I've lent one thing out. I've got another thing which is somewhere. It's the Victorian Motto sampler, and it's the Dear Daughter or Summon Dear Daughters. Then I had Blackbeard Designs Dear Daughter, and even Lily liked this. She's 5, and she really liked it. I might have to change it up a little bit, but yeah. Then from my brother, because it was my birthday last month, got me this. Actually, no, we're on the 1st of May. So it wasn't last month, it was the month before. Got me this. And I love this. Like, the reason why I'm very keen on not buying second-hand of these is because it has that, which is absolutely stunning, and that goes in the middle. So I've gone for my favourite colour, which I can't get at. Why can I not get at it? Here's again, my petrol green. I love this colour. Looks blue there, but it's definitely like a green. And that is, no, it is linen. It's a 32 count again. And I got, the green has come off into it. So that is DMC Perle. And then I got the threads as well. And we had a lovely stitching day at Creative Nostalgia, and I absolutely loved it. Like, it was one of my best days out. And of course I spent a fortune, and it was all DMC's flat. I'm doing Dark Queen off the Earth. I haven't jumped on it yet, I haven't started it yet. But I brought the chart, I brought all the DMC for it. I've got the fabric. I'm just waiting for the push when I feel like I need to start it. So I then brought, as soon as it came into stock, which is where the threads are. I just didn't know if I'd shown it or not. So I'm going to start that. And I think I have to go for, I have something very similar that I'm going to use. Then I had as a birthday present from Nadine this one, Stitches Retreat House. Because I always go to retreat with the girls, and it says where friendships are formed with needle and thread. And without retreats, I won't have half friends. To be honest, I wouldn't be enabled to buy half this shit. Before I met the Stitches, I literally had like a box. I now have a house full of cross stitch. So when Mark met me, I had a box and I was as obsessed. I used to stitch every moment I could. But yeah. So I then had, oh, somebody won this in the raffle. One of our favourite friends, I won't mention it. And me and Susie were laughing, saying we hope it didn't get claimed. And it was put in the group that it had been claimed. I was like, right, who am I stalking and who am I mugging? And then she came over and she gave it me. And I promised that I would never sell it. I would just pass it along to my friends. I think that's only fair. And I could have actually put that and that. So that could be another one, but not right now. I need to finish things. Then I decided one night that things are going out of print and I am missing out on the out of prints when they go. So I'd always looked at this one and Lily really wants me to stitch it. She is Holly. I have a feeling Holly will go out of print soon. Just a feeling because she's been around so long. And then Nightingale. I've seen this stitched by so many people, I might have to stitch it. Then I had from the retreat. Oh no, I'll do before I do the last bit. So retreat haul. I was unable to buy this. And I actually love this one, and it is an exclusive for traditional stitches. It is a limited and exclusive reproduction. And I actually love them, and I've got the threads for them in a pile over there. So I'm going to have a look. See? That might go. I'll see what the other pieces are like when I get them. Yeah, that could go quite well. And it is, if I did it on a 46 count, the design would be 11.91 by 13.78. If I did it on a 36 count, let's have a look. So she's 274 by 317, so she's not small. Not small at all. So, no, definitely won't be able to. It would have to be a 40 count or higher because the design is 13.7 by 15.85. That's on a 40 count. So I could actually do it on that with a 2-inch. So yeah, I need to look at 40 or above. Wow, she's going to be big. Not as big as Elizabeth Weston. She's going to be big. It says, Jesus my all, to heaven is gone. He whom I fix my hopes upon. Its track I see him, and ill pursue the narrow way till him I view. That's an Amnor that did that. And that's another one where I think Lily would want it for herself. Right, then I have quit my Silks for You monthly one because my husband doesn't have a job as of next month. Well, as of this month. So I decided to stop this club. And these came and I regretted it instantly. I also regretted it because these are the silk of the month. I've always wanted to be in the cotton of the month. And the day I quit, the space came up. So it was like, bummer. If only I'd shut up. But it is what it is. And then at retreat, Gabrielle had his stuff. And I got this one. I then got this, which is December Holly by My Garden Journal. I know, Garden Journal must be the series. So I absolutely love that one. All Hearts Come Home for Christmas. Then, everyone knows this one, everyone's seen this one, it is the fox. And I think he is absolutely beautiful. And he's one of the only ones that I actually like out of that series. Then from my good friend Aileen, my bestie, I got this. Which I think the kids are going to absolutely love. Well, Lily at least. So I want to do all cut throughs eventually. And then I got a piece of 28 count to do Lily's mermaid on. It's like an aerial. I will show you. I said show to that and do you want me to stitch something? No, you stitch a dragon. Or a dinosaur for Alfie. I'm okay, mummy. So are you sure? Because I have the perfect one for it. So she says, let me see. And it's that one. And she, oh, it's Ariel. Yes, please, mummy. So yeah. And that has an amazing 234,000 stitches. Which I am going to attempt. So that is all my haul. Quite literally, I have so much stuff. It is getting a little out of hand, but I'm going to keep buying because it's me. And why would I not? I have the money. I might not have the money in 5 years' time, but at least I'll have a stash. Now, I promised you some finishes. Last time I showed you, I wanted to finish Snow Queen. And Snow Queen I started at my week-long retreat at Scarborough when I was pregnant with my youngest. And this is her. She's absolutely beautiful. I am definitely going to get her framed. And what I did was I replaced all the white for sulky. And it looks so much better. Then I replaced, I can't tell you what it is. It's a treasure braid for sure. But I won't put the whisper. Nope, not a chance. So yeah. And that's just on a piece of, I think it's 28 count, even weave on opal fabric that I bunged in the washing machine with a purple pod, like the dye ones. And then it came out like this. And then this is my Miss Christmas Eve, and it is done on, Kate reckons it's gingerbread. So Kate from Sparkly says this is gingerbread, or it was meant to be gingerbread, as this was in her bargain box at the Solihull retreat in 2021. And this is Miss Christmas Eve. Now when you last saw her, she hadn't got all that in there. And then I've added the extra bead there. Then I had a lot of my beads slanted. And I decided I actually just want, oh, there's a thread loose there. Oh, there's a bead missing. I've had a bead come off. Oh man. I'm going to have to get that out and finish that. So, nearly finished. Because I'm missing a bead that has fallen out. It's Miss Christmas Eve. And I've put all the beads straight. So yeah, I need to add the final bead then. It was finished, it's come out, it needs finishing again, and there's a stray bead there as well. So right, now for the big one. Everybody will remember this one because it's my pride and joy. And this is dun 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 dun. Like, this is my chatelaine butterfly lace mandala, and it is on Kate Sparkley's Dusk Mandala. So yeah, it is absolutely beautiful. Let's see if I can get it up close. So yeah, this is one of my favourites. Like, the way Kate has done it is amazing. So it goes, it's like pinky colour there, and then it comes out and that's like a pinky purple to a purple to a blue. So what Zarina Hawk and Hobbies did was do, that would have been the middle colour, that is the outer colour, and that is that colour. And yeah, I've now got to try and put that back on my wall. But yeah, I actually love that piece. So one last. So yeah, and that is done with all the cord for. Rocky's going nuts. I'll let him in. So yeah, that is done with all the colourful threads, all the colourful beads, and yeah, oh, I don't know what that's about. I reckon he's used the toilet and he's gone for a happy whiz around the house. But yeah, what I plan to do now is pack all this away. My next one, I'm hoping, would be Saturday. It is Monday now, and I will come back on Saturday to show you where I've got on 100 days. Any posts that I've got, and just continue there. If I've decided to get anything up, I'll let you know. He's got the right sneezes. Don't knock whilst you're on here. No. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I can't believe all that has taken me that long. But we have all the plans, and hopefully I'll get back doing a regular one, as Rocky's liking to show you. Right, thank you for watching, and if you do like, subscribe please. That would be amazing. Thank you again for watching. Bye.